So you've probably seen a bunch of videos lately warning buyers to stay away from new construction homes. They're talking about poor quality, builder lawsuits, horror stories of homes falling apart within months. And yeah, it sounds pretty terrifying, but here's what people don't realize. Those videos often come from real estate agents or lenders who've lost clients to builder sales centers. They have a reason to scare you away. But now, there are some real concerns worth understanding, but the story isn't nearly as black and white as social media makes it sound. The truth is, if you know how to approach this market strategically, it can offer really some of the best opportunities we've seen in years. So in this video, I'm going to separate fear from facts, and I'm going to show you how to buy a new construction home the smart way. That's the same way my clients across Southern California do it every single day. So stick with me. By the end, you're going to know exactly how to evaluate a builder, spot certain red flags, and protect yourself while getting all of the advantages that come with a brand new home. So I'm Steve Enchin, your Southern California new construction home expert. Every week, I talk with folks just like you about the right way to buy a new construction home. All right, so let's start with where all this negativity is coming from. So over the past few years, there's really been sort of like a flood of posts that have called out poor workmanship, delayed closings, unfinished homes. And yeah, some of that criticism is valid depending on where you are in the country. Maybe not so much here in Southern California, but I know Texas and Florida, they've had a lot of problems with this. And honestly, construction quality everywhere did take a hit after 2020 because of supply chain shortages and labor shortages. But here's what people leave out: the context. The real story isn't about incompetence, it's about incentives. When buyers work directly with a builder's lender, outside lenders lose business. When buyers register directly with the on-site sales agent, other real estate agents lose their income. So instead of helping buyers navigate the process, some create this fear-based content that discourages people from even trying. It's just that simple. So here is the actual truth. There are dozens of reputable home builders in Southern California who produce excellent homes right now. The key is knowing how to evaluate them. So I'm talking about things like track record, warranty responsiveness, how they plan and build their communities. And that's exactly what I do with my clients. I help them spot some of these potential red flags before they sign anything. And once you know what to look for, new construction really just stops being scary and it becomes fun. So when people say like new construction quality isn't what it used to be, yeah, there's some truth there, but they're usually comparing apples to oranges. Today's homes are built under completely different conditions. Like I said, after 2020, you had material suppliers that shifted, you had labor pools that changed, and these construction timelines also got compressed. So the builders really faced real disruption. And a result of this, some inconsistencies, but not really necessarily neglect. And here's the key thing that most buyers never hear. Not all builders handled that the same way. Some tightened quality control and paid for better materials, and others, well, they cut corners. So if you watch my other videos on builder ratings, you probably already know who I'm talking about. And the difference between a well-managed builder and a careless one can be massive, even in the same price range. And this is where representation matters. Because when I walk through a community with my clients, I'm looking at details that most buyers miss, especially if they're new to new construction. So how is the grading? How is the stucco finished at the edges? Are things neat? Are there gaps around doors and windows? Are they consistent? Are the cabinet pulls on straight? Are there a lot of cosmetic blemishes in a newly finished home about to be delivered to another buyer? So these small details really tell you a lot about the construction culture behind the scenes at that builder. And when issues pop up, the builders with real integrity stand behind their work. All of the home builders offer a 30-day cosmetic warranty, a 1-year workmanship warranty, and 10-year structural protection, and that's all is required by state law. The key is knowing what's covered and what's not, and under what circumstances. So if you're thinking about buying new construction, this is what I would recommend. Schedule a consultation with me before you visit the sales center, so I can walk you through what to look for, what questions to ask, and how to avoid accidentally signing away your representation, because when you go in informed, you hold the leverage. All right, and incentives. Let's talk about some builder incentives, because a lot of folks think they're just a gimmick or a sign that the builder is desperate, and that's wrong. Builders operate on timelines and metrics, not emotion. They have financial targets that are tied to quarterly and annual cycles, and they have earnings to report to shareholders. So when interest rates go up and inventory builds, they adjust by offering credits, rate buy downs, upgrade packages, some incentives to get those homes moving before the next reporting period. So for smart buyers, that's an opportunity. So when you know how and when to engage, you can capture literally tens of thousands of dollars in value that just doesn't exist in the resale home market. I've really helped clients get permanent rate buy downs that lower their payment for the life of the loan, paid for entirely by the home builder. And in other cases, we've turned unused credits into design upgrades or closing cost credits. And here's what a lot of buyers miss. Those incentives are not random. They're calculated into the builder's strategy. And the trick is just knowing how to apply them. And whether that means maximizing upgrades, minimizing your cash needed to close escrow, or balancing both of those things. And when you hear new construction doesn't offer value, well, what they're usually missing is the financing mechanics. When you approach this the right way, you can buy more home with fewer repairs at a lower, longer-term cost. And if you want to see how these builder incentives can work for you, just reach out. My contact information is here up on the screen, and I'll show you real examples from some recent deals I've done with clients just like you, so you can see what's actually possible. And we're going to talk about lot sizes, one of the biggest complaints I get all the time, and that's the homes are packed too close together. Yes, it's true. Many newer communities have smaller lots than a decade or two ago, but the reason isn't what you might think. It's not really greedy builders, it's land cost. Because in Southern California, buildable land is expensive. It's like really expensive. So when you add to the cost of the land, the entitlement cost, the infrastructure cost, the development fees, it can take years and millions of dollars just to bring a single community to market. So to make the math work, the builders need to have more homes per acre. It's really just simple economics. And what that means for you is really a shift in how the space is designed. It's not a loss of livability. Builders have gotten really smart about this. They have open concept layouts, they have higher ceilings, they have the big oversized windows, and they're all designed to make these interiors feel bigger and brighter. And the outdoor space is different now. So instead of like these massive backyards, you get more functional spaces with covered patios, courtyards, maybe compact yards that are much easier to maintain. And most of these new neighborhoods have shared parks, walking trails, and recreation areas. So your usable outdoor space actually extends beyond your property line. But, other communities are, a little bit further out. They can still offer a lot of private yard space if you do want that extra room. But either way, you get a brand new, energy efficient home designed for how people actually live today. There's no deferred maintenance, no renovation costs, no big surprises. Yeah, the lot is a little bit smaller, but the lifestyle value is actually greater. Now, if you want help comparing communities and understanding which builders design the best layouts, I can point you in the right direction before you visit the sales office. Now, here's something critical that most buyers don't understand. Representation is not automatic. When you walk into a sales center by yourself, that person greeting you represents the builder, only the builder, not you at all. Their job is to protect the builder's bottom line and to follow the builder's sales policies and procedures, and not to get you a better deal. That doesn't mean builders are being dishonest. It just means the dynamic is tilted in their favor. And what most people don't know is that you can have your own agent at zero additional cost. So that's someone who reads builder contracts, understands incentives, and protects her interests from day one. Now, when I represent new construction buyers, I start before the first tour. I research the builder's track record, I confirm what's actually the base price, what's available, and I make sure every promise that's discussed for credits, timelines, and upgrades is in writing. And if it's allowed by the builder, I'll attend the design center appointment, the inspections and walkthroughs to verify you're getting what you paid for. And this matters really more than you think, because most buyer horror stories always start the same way. Nobody explained the process. Nobody clarified the contract. Nobody caught small issues early. So with representation, someone is checking every single step of the way. Your investment stays protected. New construction doesn't have to feel risky because with the right guidance, it's one of the most rewarding and easy ways to buy a new home in Southern California. You get a brand new home with a warranty and a product built for your lifestyle today. So let's cut through the noise. New construction isn't the problem. Bad information is. So those fear-driven videos you see online are missing this context. They're missing the process. They're missing the expertise. So when you work with someone who understands how builders operate, how incentives work, and how these contracts function, you can buy with confidence and not hesitation. So there are still some really great, exceptional builders across Southern California creating beautiful, high-quality homes here every day. You just need to know how to find them and make the numbers work in your favor. So if you're ready to explore new communities, compare builders, or just learn how this all actually works, download my free new construction buyer's guide. It's down below here in the video description, and it walks you through each phase step by step. You'll move forward with total confidence and buy smart and not scared. So I hope this information and this video was helpful. And again, my contact information is up on the screen. If you have any questions, remember to reach out, call or text me, or you can send me an email. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next video.